I hope you're having a fantastic day. And today we're going to be talking about how to connect, not to impress. We must speak to connect, not to impress. But how do we do that? How do we speak to connect? Well, let's look at a few things here. Our responsibility as a speaker is mainly to connect, not to impress. And to do that, we must use a language that they can understand. The first thing that we need to do is to forget about that myth that few people believe in, that all speakers must have a fancy vocabulary, extensive vocabulary that you can impress the audience so that they know that you are very capable, that are an eloquent speaker. That is not what you need to do because, yes, if you have a fancy vocabulary, it'll help, but you need to use it in such a way that allows you to connect your audience, because the first objective is to convey your message, to connect with them. Always keep that into your mind. The number two tip that I will give you today is that to do that, you must bring the audience into your story. Make them imagine whatever you're saying. Let them feel what you're feeling. And when they do that, when they come into your story, they'll feel connected. They'll start imagining, and they will be more receptive to receive your message. And the number three tip that I'm going to give you today is connect emotionally with them. Connecting emotionally with them means that you need to use these senses. Just like we talk about the feeling, there is one acronym that you can always remember and be able to use, and that's the acronym VAKS, VAKS. The V stands for visual. Use their senses, their visual sense when you're describing a scenery. The A for auditory. And when you are dealing with auditory people that respond more to auditory, then that should be it. But use a combination of visual and auditory, and that way you won't miss it. The K is for kinesthetic, and that's when the senses come in. That's when the feeling, the emotion, what they're feeling comes in. And that's the language, that's when you vary the language or the descriptive words that you use. And we're going to be talking about that in a minute. And the last one is the S for smell. If you are at a place, at a story where you can bring up some of the pleasant smells or odors that are there, they'll be with you there. They'll be smelling the same thing. That's a very powerful uh, sense. We were talking about descriptive language, and that's what we need to do. Words like amazing, unbelievable, and words that really describe whatever you're telling them. A very beautiful scene, things that really captivate their senses. Remember, that's what we wanted to do. We want to captivate the audience. We don't want to impress them. We want to connect with them. So I hope that these three tips help you in your speech, writing your speech, and make it a very powerful speech. Thank you for listening and stay proactive, looking for ways to connect, not to impress. Goodbye.